Hello, everybody. How are you doing? I lost my language. I bit my tongue. Honestly, again, a very intensive emotional roller coaster day. Of course, the Bedouins, the jihadists in general, throughout Syria are not happy with the Jolani's admission of defeat, so they had declared a complete cleansing of the Druze all over. Students as well, there are declarations that they started doing it in universities. I'll get to it. But I want to focus on something different because I said the aftermath and oh, did you hear me? Was there sound? Because I just saw that there are problems. So let me know if you heard me till now. Is it like, did it just disconnect? No audio? So there wasn't an audio. So the whole intro you didn't hear. So it's not just now. Okay. It was out for a few seconds. So I was like, okay, so what did you miss? So what did I... Oh, okay, we heard it all. Perfect. Okay, so fine. All right, let me be a smart person and try to remember how I called. What's the name I gave to the stream? Kind of gives a clue. Because, yeah. All right, so I named it Exposing the Truth the World is Trying to Hide. You see my Druze friend that I talk to right now is crying because they're being gaslighted. And I cannot even, should I listen to it again and tell you exactly what you said? But it's so heartbreaking to see the world being the way it is. Not surprised. So I saw not long ago, America had released an official statement saying that they did not approve and they don't disapprove and don't like the Israeli strikes on Syria. And as a response, Israel just struck again a couple of seconds ago as well. So here's the situation. The world has decided to basically sacrifice the Druze for its fantasies. They lost at least 1,000 people, at least. They have bodies piled up everywhere. And the Bedouins go around the world and say, hey, you see those bodies? This is what the Druze did to us, while showing footage of what they did to the Druze. Or better yet, I think they killed 230 people in the hospital. So I was also, by the way, confused about whether they're dead or not, because there were Druze accounts. Some said, hey, what you're seeing, like the reports from the hospital, they're fine. I heard from them. And others were saying, because it was so new, others were saying, no, it happened. So after some time, I got a confirmation it really happened. And the hospitals are not functioning in Suweida right now. So they had released an official statement requesting the world and the UN help, humanitarian aid. So thus far, everybody had responded with those. This is what you get when your story doesn't fit the narrative. You see, when the US intervenes with Israeli stuff, Israel can, most of the time, it has some room to wiggle, So when Iran stopped Israel from continuing the strikes, when the United States stopped Israel from continuing the strikes in Iran, of course, the Iranians also killed thousands of their own civilians. And this started like punishing people randomly. Yeah, 230 in the hospital. That's remember I that's the latest number I've seen at least. You know, so when Israel, it was cruel. It was cruel because you know what, like why not do more and hope that maybe the like unconditional surrender is very different than whatever they happened with Iran. It wasn't unconditional surrender. If they were if it was unconditional surrender, they wouldn't go around killing their own citizens later on. Yeah, saying they cut the electricity to the hospital. There. Oh, another beautiful things they've been saying. You know what they've been trying to claim? One of the fake propaganda complaints. They're saying, "Oh, this is old footage, and it's from hospital in Gaza." And my Druze friend is like, "Wait, can't you hear that it's like the accent that people are talking there? It's like clearly Suweida's accent, and that people are dressed in Suweida's clothes and like in Druze clothing. Like, can people see it?" And I'm like, "You can see it. I can somewhat see it." It's like the world, the average Joe in America doesn't see it. He doesn't understand. He doesn't hear the difference between Arabic that is spoken in Gaza versus Arabic that's spoken in Suweida. Like they're not gonna hear it, so it's to them. They're not. I like. Also, they claimed that the Druze are going around and chasing Bedouins out of their homes, and like they even shared the footage of somebody being thrown down there, like out of a rooftop. That image was actually from Gaza, apparently. So they switched up, right? So they claim that the Suweida hospital is in Gaza, and the rooftop person is in suddenly that's in Suweida and not in Gaza. And they show bodies of Druze people that have been slaughtered while claiming that this is what the Druze did to the Bedouins. And I shared yesterday, I explained the kind of narrative they're spinning around and why I think Marco Rubio had said that the whole situation is a misunderstanding. So I said, like, okay, so they believed that maybe they bought into the propaganda machine, right? To the lies. Well, like, oh, no. It's like the Druze are being slaughtered, but they are also doing the slaughtering. No, they weren't. They're just liars, and they lie without blinking. So, ironic since often photos labeled Gaza had been all Syria photos. Yeah, true. So, yeah, you know what? Fuck this shit. That's what I have to say. Narrative of IDF allegedly targeting Catholic Church in Gaza gets a lot more airplay on MSM thanks Suweida atrocities. Then Suweida's atrocities. Yeah, and also it gets way more attention from Trump, who is like personally involved in the investigation of the church in Gaza, like versus actual terrorists who had they. You see, it's so easy to see what they're doing because they literally spread the word everywhere. They are proud of it. They are proud of their plan to kill every Druze. They spread the word. They spread it everywhere. They call for action. You can see groups of jihadists are forming everywhere. I think at what point do you decide that, you know what, maybe they're willing to kill 800,000 Druze in Syria for their delusions, for the Qatari money, for the Saudi friendship, for the coziness of having Turkey in NATO. They're willing to, like America, it's a sacrifice that they're willing to make. They're not even willing to state what's going on. They're not even willing to say what's happening. And just, don't take action even. Don't do anything. At least be fair and say, yeah, clearly they are planning to genocide the Druze community because they are shouting that they are gathering forces and they are I will show you the proof. It's not even that hard to see. And even the Russian, I saw somewhere people saying that even the Russian delegation had said that what we are seeing in Suweida is exactly what happened to the Alawites in the coast. And when I saw that, I was like, wow, okay. It's a funny thing between America and Russia. They are sometimes right. So for the most part, the Americans are better with being moral. But sometimes when Americans miss it really hard, the Russians are like, you know what? Like, something is happening here. Thank you, Harbin00. I believe we should fix our past foreign policies mistakes by intentionally destabilizing the Near East. But if we did fix it, how would all of these countries and people feel about it? It would be more horrific than now. Why do you think you need to fix something? You don't need to fix something. In fact, America doesn't care at all. And Americans are not good with understanding any other culture than their own. They speak one language, they think in one way. They have zero flexibility, zero creativity, and zero everything, basically. So Americans don't need to do that. But you know what you Americans need to do? Is to look at the facts and just say them. Just say it. There was a massacre. So the Bedouins and the argument is, they only killed like 1,000 Druze. So we don't know if those numbers are like big enough to call a massacre. These are the arguments right now, right? It's like, how many did you count thus far? You got into 1,000. Like, is it really big enough number to call it a massacre? All America had to do is, it's a massacre. A massacre went on. They can say, like, we don't even know exactly the details. And there are clear calls for genocide against the Druze in Syria. We ask the government to stop the incitement and to persecute those who call for violence against Druze. Or something like that, it's like basic. And then like ignore everything else. Just don't lie. Pretend nothing is happening. It's like lying. You're lying to the public. You're lying about, like, just say what's happening and say, like, we don't want to. It's like they don't, like in Sudan, right? They don't interfere. But you wouldn't say that there isn't something happening in Sudan, right? They wouldn't say like there are massacres in Sudan and there is like a humanitarian crisis. Here they choose to not even state the most basic thing of, like, they don't even say the word Druze. They don't even pronounce the word Druze. There are no Druze. Druze don't exist. Like, my friend was like, it's like, yeah, it's like they don't exist. It's like they're nothing. They're like, they have official statements. They don't even use the word Druze. It's like, it's as if there are no Druze. There is no such thing. It's insanity to me. It's evil. It's just evil. And America, like, calling Israel and telling it again and again to stop hitting Syria. Don't, like, get out of Syria. Why are you hitting Syria? Why are you striking Syria? I'm so happy that Israel said, you know what, like, we're not gonna have a genocide a couple of hours from us of people that we know their culture and their history, and we don't think, because you can also, like, I heard people say, okay, why didn't you stop Assad from doing that? Like, why didn't you interfere in, like, which I don't know if Israel did or not. Like, I think it did bomb, like, stuff that could have made it worse. I'm not sure even. I don't remember. I don't care. But honestly, like, let's be honest, when it comes to the Syrian civil war, it wasn't as clear as it is now. Now there is a minority that for months now there was a campaign against them, dehumanizing them, calls for genocide throughout the country. When the Druze leader Mofak Tarifi came to Netanyahu, you know what he told him? He told him, listen, when you went through the Holocaust and you asked for help, nobody helped you. Now we are asking for help. And Netanyahu was like, yeah, this is literally what's happening. Literally the same thing that happened to the Tutsis in Rwanda. It's not even that complex. On one side, there are clear indications that they are trying to respect everyone, treat everyone equally, versus the other side that is trying to genocide them. So I'm not very happy about it. And I don't want to show you the images, honestly, not here. But yeah, it is sad. By the way, how about, let me go through some of the things I have here. Oh, wow. This is like the biggest fight right now that I'm seeing in the group is that here, let me find that. Like, they're just twisting it. They're just twisting it. There's lying, twisting. By the way, are there any Syrians here tonight? Let me see. All right. Here. I can see it. Sorry, guys. I'm a bit upset, honestly. Kind of disgusted. I feel deflated in a way, because I know it's like now it's gonna be, they're gonna lie, they're gonna bring videos that are not true, they're gonna claim whatever they want, and they're gonna do it to infinity, and it doesn't matter how much the situation on the ground clearly shows one thing about their uh, ideology and their plans and everything like that. I'm just not into that. I'm not going to debunk every bullshit they're going to lie about. Are you saying? You should do a live with Matt Tardio on Speak the Truth channel. He's an ex-USSF who tried to tell the truth to US audiences about what's happening in the Middle East and Ukraine. I would love that. I don't know. I don't know him, actually. Yes, Shauna, thank you. We have to keep sharing and doing our part. That's literally all we can do. All right. Oh, interesting. So there are claims that an Israeli airstrike reportedly targeted the outskirts of Suweida city, but the IDF denies it carried out a strike this evening in Suweida. Okay, but it's not the only strike. So there were more. Why is it? They just say Israel is starting the front. No. All right, everybody. Those who want to see the footage from Suweida in Syria and what was happening, then you can go to my X account, which is just my name. Just look up my name. I think you'll find me. And I shared there, but on YouTube it's a bit problematic. So yeah, watch out from the fake campaign they're doing against the Druze woman from Suweida. Okay, so this is something that my friend just shared. Actually, she sent it before, but I'll show it to you. Here, let me show you. All right. So this is what is happening. Watch out from the fake campaign they're doing against the Druze. A Druze woman from Suweida. These are our pictures, the pictures of the people of Suweida. Actually, this one I can show. I know that there is nothing graphic there.
مرحبا يا جماعة. أنا ضروري أطلع بلف
I have to go live because of what's happening is dangerous.
خطير.
What is happening is that the people of Daraa are killing the Bedouins and entering their homes. They are sending pictures of the people being.
بيوت محروقة. هاي الصور هي صورنا، صور أهل السويدة.
Yeah, okay.
يحطون إياها مشان يجيشوهن من جديد ويشحنوهن. أرجوكم أنا أصدقائي وطلابي وحبايب قلبي اللي بدرعا بعتوا لي هدول الصور، وهن صور من سويدة. في وحدة منهم صور بيت خالة لرفيق.
Wow, that's very interesting. Okay, so they're really like trying to rile up this population and those who are not necessarily against the Druze by sending them footage and claiming that this is something that the Bedouins went through inside, right? So that is even more dangerous. So not only that they're lying to the world, they're also lying to their own population. So to rile them up to go and slaughter the Druze with them, to like join the fight. And what they did is, like she said, one of them is a picture of my friend's aunt's house from Suweida. So they're sending it to each other to rile themselves up against the Druze, but it's footage of the Druze, not of Bedouins. One sec.
اللي عم يصير التجيش اللي عم بيصير لاهل درعا انه عم يقتلوا البدو، انه عم يفوتوا على بيوتهم، عم يبعثوا لهم صور ناس مذبوحه وناس بيوت محروقه. هاي الصور هي صورنا، صور اهل السويدة، بس عم يحطون اياها مشان يجيشوهن من جديد ويشحنوهن. ارجوكم انا اصدقائي وطلابي وحبايب قلبي اللي بدرعا.
So she's saying, like, my friends, my family, like my friends, my students in Dara is a city. Like Dara is the. All right, I'll show you. Can I show you the map? So, for those who here, so this is Suweida, This is Dara. So Dara is an area where the Bedouins live, and this is where they. So this is Israel, all right, and there is here. Wait, go close. So this is Konetra, and there are Druze who live around here. So what? There's a fire. Oh, maybe because of everything that's happening. So Hadar is here. So this is also where the Druze are at, but Israel is there. So Israel has a buffer zone in this area, and they cover up the Druze in this area. So the Druze that are here, and my friend went to actually my friend, you know him, Tal, the traveling clad Tal. He traveled to Majd al-Shams today to get news from people who are in the area. And there were people from Khader as well, and they're explaining. So basically, Khader, those who act, if I don't know if you guys remember, but there was this declaration of ask by the Druze community. We had like several communities gathering together in a hall, and like all the respectable people, and they were like, okay, do we want to be part of Israel? Yes. And the whole hall was like, yes, we all agree. This is Hadel. So this is here. It's very close to Israel. So you can see it was pretty easy. It was pretty easy to just get them under the umbrella, right? Versus Suweida. So the problem with Suweida, which is where did I go? Here. Okay, Suweida is here. That this whole area, right, the area of Dar'a, there are crazy jihadist Bedouins. So the Druze here are safe. The Druze here are getting butchered. Yeah. So she is probably working in Dar'a, and she has students in Dar'a. So what they do now in this area, right? I guess not everybody is as riled up as some of the jihadists are to go and slaughter the Druze, but they need every person because it's a game of numbers, and there are way more jihadists than there are Druze, unfortunately. So they are faking that, and she's saying, listen to me, like my friends in Dara and people I know in Dara, please believe me. The footage they're sending, that's my relative's house. That's not something that the Druze did to the Bedouins. This is the ugly world we're living in.
هدول الصور وهن صور من سويدة، في وحده منهم صور بيت خالة لرفيقتي. ارجوكم انكم تنتبهوا على هالموضوع، اولادكم مش رخاص عليكم مثل ما اولادنا مش رخاص علينا. هذا الشيء اللي عم بصير، في شيء من برا عم يلعبوا فينا. ارجوكم الانتباه الانتباه الانتباه. بتمنى الكل يسمع هاي الرسالة، وبتمنى الكل يشاركها لأنه شيء خطير.
Yeah, that's very dangerous. But I also want to say that worldwide campaign is also very dangerous. But this is a media danger. So you see what they're doing? Like this person, I love that people think, right? A lot of people are like, yeah, Hamas, they can rape, they can loot, they can burn people alive, but they wouldn't lie. Look how they lie. Like, of course they lie. I don't know why anyone counts. Also, like, I love that the Syrian government had published like official numbers that were so fake, which is incredible how fake they were about everything that's happening. Yeah, I saw some Kurds. I want to show you some words from a Kurdish person. Now, what? Let me do it right now. I'll show you the Kurd. Okay, I'll keep you looking here. Look at this beautiful map. Beautiful. Where is it? Oh, you cannot see the map. I'm just letting you look at the map while I'm looking for the video from the Kurd. I've met Hamas, they lie and don't even try to be convincing. So why everything that they are saying is being parroted by the media without thinking? Like the worldwide media. So just parroting everything Hamas says without even thinking. So Rojava, Rojava is heading towards the Druze. So here's the plan. So the Druze leaders, now that road between the Suweida and Damascus was cut off. They asked for, help from humanitarian help from the UN. They also asked to open the road. So the Jordanians, right, the Jordanians right here, they're just as sweet as the Egyptians. So they closed the border. So there wouldn't be any refugees running towards them or anything. They closed the border also to like any kind of potential help they could give. So now they also ask the Jordanians for help, which I think they are nicely trying to ignore. And one second. Okay. And they also are, because there is no way from Damascus, they suggest that, okay, let's open a road to Rojava, which is the of course the Kurdish area. So yeah, it looks like effectively they are trying to cut themselves off from Damascus already, like using that momentum. All right, before, let me, the reason I'm not showing you my feed right now, right, is because there is a lot of like images that I know would get censored. So please, if you want to see more, I also send footage on my Discord channel. If you're interested in to seeing the footage. So Discord or my ex. My ex. It sounds so bad. It's like my ex. My page X. Yeah. Oh, you get me. Where is it? Maybe I just saved it. That last comment. Oh, let me. You know what's fun here? I can make it that you can see the comments in my live, and I think it's fun. Where is it? Okay, here. Anyway. Here's another thing. Or, for example, it's not the only report I saw, but this is something I can actually show you. So, Sheikh Hikmat al-Hijri issued an order in Suweida that it is forbidden to touch Bedouin homes, loot their livelihoods, or approach mosques. And it's not just him. Like there are plenty of reports like that, and Druze, right? Druze accounts that I see that are writing, "Hey, we're not gonna be the same. We're not gonna be like the way they are, basically." I mean, they didn't say it like that. They just said, "Hey, we don't do vengeance stuff. We don't do everything will be judged according to law, and every person is innocent until they're proven guilty." By the way, this is becoming more and more rare thing to do. Understanding that the person is innocent until proven guilty.
رغم ألم المصيبة، رغم الجراحات العظيمة، رغم كل شيء اللي صار واللي نبي مثل الإسلام وغير الدين والجماعات البربرية التكفيرية، احنا هذه جوامع مقدسات، شأنها شأن الكنائس، شأنها شأن الجوامع وكل مقر ديني جايين
Of course, why do they place the Druze flag at the entrance of the mosque? Unacceptable. Because that's what people do when they win. All right. I don't want you to see anything that. Oops, sorry. No, where'd it go? Yeah? Audio is terrible. My audio? Is the audio bad? Yeah. Why can't... Oh, did I not save it? I'll find it. I'll find it. 1 sec. Sorry. Where is it? Mm. Where's the Kurdish statement? How did I lose it? I'm so sad. It was a good one. Maybe it's... I'm not sure if it's new either. Oh no. How did I lose it? How did I lose something so important? So sad. So sad. All right. Okay. Let me share what's happening here. So, a public incitement against the Druze at universities in Syria. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, peace and blessing be upon our Prophet Muhammad and upon all his companions, and only them, kinda. Statement issued by the students of Al-Hawash Private University in support of the honorable tribes and in honor of the martyrs of the Syrian Arab Army and the general security and as rejection of all forms of betrayal and collaboration with the occupation, we, the students of Al Hawash Private University, declare the following. And it's not the only university. I'm pretty like I got like it's an example. First, any student known to support Zionist traitors, Jamaat al-Hijri, whether through speech, action, or social media, is permanently banned from entering the university campus. Second, these individuals are given a deadline until 9 a.m. on Friday, July 8th, 18th, 2024, to leave Al-Awash University permanently. Third, we demand that the university administration take full responsibility in protecting the university campus from anyone who betrays or offends our martyrs and the sons of our homeland. Let it be known that the university is a place of honor, and there is no room for anyone who takes pride in the blood of the innocent or serves the occupation. Yeah, that's how pretty ugly they are. Versus the Druze and what they're calling for. Here. Oh yeah. There is a Dara mentioned boycott Druze. There is also calls for boycott against the Druze. Here is a video from Aleppo. This is there are gatherings like that all over the place. There are so many videos like that of like jihadists gathering to unofficially take care of the Druze, right? Instead of their government. And the reason I'm jumping is because some of things on my feed are here. The activists of Jabhat al-Nusra are refusing to listen to al-Julani and comply with the ceasefire, and they are calling for a recruitment in the Ghazur to help the Bedouins in Suweida. Look at them. No, like I don't know. I wonder what's happening. I think, what do you think they're gonna do? Like, what are they gonna do? Like, play, have fun? Like what? Like, I don't want to. I don't like. I'm not gonna show the massacre, but they are. Okay. It's an insanity. Yeah, Jelani trimmed his beard, took off his jihadi outfit, and put on a suit. 100%. Hey, is anyone here? I feel like a school teacher. Is anyone here good at reading? Because I kind of want to send you the link and invite here, and maybe like let you read something for me, like I'm a school teacher. Do you guys want to do that? Okay, here. That's the link. Reading out. So I want you guys to read the statement that Dalia Zaida had made, because I think she summarized everything that's happening right now impressively well. Actually, one of the things that were interesting to me is to see how people who advocate for Israel reacted to the news on the Druze. And one of the people who a person I had on my channel, I was pretty disappointed with the way he reacted, and actually is the only one I saw that reacted that way. So now I send the link. Can you not send? You cannot. Is now I send the new. I can't read English. I sent the link. Nobody's coming. Who wants to read? Elijah, you said you want to read? Okay, Atheist Gamer, you could try. Okay, come on up. Come on up. Nobody's coming. You guys are not very spontaneous, you know that? Fine. It's funny. It's I thought just so you guys are trying. Nobody's trying to get. I don't see anyone. Yeah, the Middle East. Here, some atheist gamer. I can see. And okay, there are several people here. Okay, how do I? Okay, they will need. Okay, atheist, you don't even have a mic on. All right, Harbinger Zero. Okay, let's hear you. How do we do this? But
Hello?
yes.
Oh, hello?
Hi, I hear you. Do you guys hear him? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you see the screen?
Yeah, I can see the screen, but it's you need to zoom in like just a little bit.
There. More?
All right, start reading.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
the
fun,
Middle
right?
East, specifically the Levant, is heading into a brutal ideological battle as the radical Islamist Sunni axis, particularly, what does that say, Salafi jihadists?
Salafi
Is trying.
jihadist.
Okay.
Salafi is a school, like a type of Sunni Islam.
Can you zoom in slightly more?
Of course.
Okay. Is trying to harvest
but now, wait. But now I'm. You can.
You're blocking.
Me?
Okay.
Yes. Here.
Is trying to harvest the gains of Israel's successful crackdown on the Shiite radical axis headed by Iran. Attention,
Okay,
do not...
so
Oh,
can I say just 1 second, because I'm seeing people reacting on the radical Islamist Sunni axis. I agree with the notion it's just Islam, but it's very interesting. That's a hijabi wearing woman. She is definitely Muslim. She's like the one like person I don't understand. I know her, and also Suweida from Iraq, who was she was a beauty pageant person, Miss Iraq. She also thinks she's Muslim, and she gets very angry when people like say that there is no such a thing as like radical Islam, just Islam, or like just Muslims are like that. I find it weird. Just saying. What do you think, Harbinger Zero?
Do you want me to keep?
Your reading
Should
is
I keep
great.
reading?
I actually asked for
Okay.
your opinion, but sure, you can just read.
Okay. Do not believe the propaganda from Syria's literally jihadist regime of Ahmed al-Shara'a when they claim that their so-called public security forces are slaughtering the Druze in Suweida or the Alawites in the coastal area to establish order and security. They are lying. They are lying to justify the atrocities committed by their bloodthirsty so-called military men against the non-Sunni Syrian population. They are only fulfilling the goals of their radical ideology that prompted them to practice terrorism from the beginning. The current so-called public security forces in Syria are a terrifying mix of radical Islamist terrorist groups, not all of whom are Syrians, that have been wreaking havoc in Syria for over a decade. Al-Shara, who was one of the terrorists himself, only unified them into one large terrorist organization and named it the Defense and Public Security Forces. So he created a militia, essentially.
They are malicious. They are a lot of the people that were caught. They came from out of Syria. So they came from Chechnya, Uyghurs from China. Like some of the Druze caught them. I was like, do you even speak Arabic? No. Why are you here? Oh, because there is a party. Everybody's saying like there was a call to come to kill the Druze. So people come from. So a lot of the people who went around, they're psychos from all over the world.
Do you think they're psychos, or do you think they may be mercenaries? Because a lot of mercenaries come from Chechnya. They were in Afghanistan when I was in Afghanistan fighting, and they're very talented at what they do. They're very good at what they do.
Like butchering people?
Well, just like tactical combat.
No. I mean, yeah, they get money for it, but it's not for like they are butchering kids. Like, how much do you need to? Like, what do you?
Well, yeah, these people are evil, of course.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
Keep reading.
How much? Yeah. Yeah. Hello.
Okay.
Am I alone? Yeah. Okay.
By making his fellow terrorists act as the official army of the state, he gave them legitimacy and cover to kill anyone who does not follow their and his Salafi jihadist ideology, under the pretense of restoring order or fighting against the loyalists of the al-Assad regime. Just remember, despite the statesman's outfit and trimmed beard, al-Shara'a has neither denounced nor renounced his jihadist ideology and declared himself a repentant, normal, moderate Muslim. Okay. Hilarious. Okay. He still dearly embraces the radical beliefs that gave him power, the career terrorist who spent more than half of his life in savage terrorist organizations like Al-Qaeda. It is only the delusions of Western politicians and observers who fall for his soft tones that make them believe that a career terrorist like al-Jilani can ever be a moderate leader in the same way they thought of the Taliban in Afghanistan. I have some comments on that, but
yeah, please go ahead.
Well, it's like high level stuff. I mean, we all know who the Taliban are. We all know who these terrorists are. It's not a mystery to anybody. It's not a mystery to American politicians, and it's definitely not a mystery to a lot of the huge portion of American population, to be honest.
But that means that we have to face a more brutal reality, right? That means that
exactly. Yes.
So please continue. My thought.
Okay.
In simple, clear, brutal terms for the stupid people in the back. Thank you.
Well, I mean, it's basically there's bigger things going on. Like when you really peer into it, there's a bigger evil behind it all. And and essentially there's moneyed interests. It all boils down to a financial interest. And allies will come and go, but the money is what's really important, right? the money, the access, the region, the land, all of these things combined. It's multifaceted here. It's not just one thing. It's not just about some ideology or whatever. It's a lot of things, you know. But I can keep reading.
No. You can also state your opinions. It's interesting.
No. Well, I'll just keep reading. Killing innocent civilians, slaughtering families in their homes, attacking medical teams and hospitals, and humiliating people by shaving their mustaches and calling them pigs, just because they follow a different religious belief, are not actions meant to restore order, but systematic atrocities intended to wipe out the entire sex. It is an
Okay, so
ideological.
1 second. Here is an example. Just want to share. So this is an example of what was going on. So for the Druze, shaving their beard is a real, like that's the most humiliating thing you can do. And of course, there were a lot of images comparing that and the way the DJ just went around and just humiliated the Druze this way to how the Nazis cut off the payas from the Jews. So it also has a note saying U.S. State Department, the United States does not support recent Israeli strikes on Syria. Well, that was, while saying nothing about that, literally nothing.
Well, we all know that this is just the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Right. I mean, this is how it starts. And there's systematic slaughtering of people. So.
Yes. Yeah.
Where did we leave off? It's an ideological war that al-Shara'a is leading against the Syrian people. Just let this sink in for a moment. The jihadist ideology from which al-Jilani and his regime of jihadists come does not believe in nation states. They speak in the name of Syria, not because they believe in Syria as a state, but can you scroll up just a bit?
Yeah.
But as the launchpad of their global jihadist mission. They will start in Syria and will not end there. They will not even end in the region, but will expand to Europe and North America. I do have a comment about that.
Please go ahead.
Personally. So, yes, this is true in one aspect. That is the ideology of these jihadists and jihad and this new, more recent version of Islam. I guess you can say recent, in the past couple of centuries. Well, and all through points in history. But here's the thing: they get funded from somewhere. Okay, they get their money from somewhere. Now, it's really difficult to trace where the money comes from. But a lot of it comes from Iran. We know that. Probably some of it comes from Saudi Arabia. But where does a lot of that money come from through those countries in the first place? It comes from a lot of unknown international finance that is murky and mysterious. Like the UN has a whole. I keep harping on this, but the UN has a whole white paper. It's like 200 pages long. They wrote in the year 2000 called Replacement Migration. And it literally talks about replacing the West, North America, Europe, and Australia with migrants from other countries. The only source of migrants with a replacement birth rate are the Middle East and South America. Maybe Africa too. Africa's like on the verge, right? Mm-hmm. So I mean, there's a lot of interest behind a lot of this stuff, and Muslims will definitely use any money from anywhere and any support to push their agenda. Of course they will. And they're like the perfect people to implement any kind of bigger, far larger plan. But that's a little bit in the weeds.
I don't know. You think they're that straightforward about it? I just think they just take one corrupt step at a time and just build them and pass up. I think it's just all you have to do is to make one bad decision and then another bad decision, another bad decision, another bad decision. I just don't think that and that every time it's whoever gives them the best, whatever they can get into their own pockets, that is the direction they go into.
Well, I would say maybe I'm just being, I don't know, maybe I'm just being pig-headed here, but Muslims just aren't that smart. I just can't see. I can see militants taking over a place, but building a new civilization takes brains, it takes funding, it takes planning and strategy.
Who said
And
something
taking
about building a new civilization?
well, they intend on taking
No,
over
no, no,
what's already built.
no.
Yeah?
No, you're wrong. Their
Okay.
plan is to go like the way Locust does. Locust, the
Locusts.
grass.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it becomes like a swarm.
Yeah, I
That's their
mean,
plan.
they eat
No,
everything and then
the,
they die.
yeah.
They die.
No, and then they continue to the next territory. It's not about what they already have. Syria is not even anything. They have huge, do you know how vast are their lands? They're huge lands and they're empty. A lot of
Yeah.
it. Do you think it's about trying to preserve whatever they capture? You know what the Gazans did the first day when Israel put out of Gaza?
I have no idea.
They broke down all the industries there.
Oh, well, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, exactly.
So why are you worried about civilization building?
Well, I mean, the goal is to take
It's
over what the
yeah, but taking over
the
doesn't mean like building anything or like preserving anything. It's just ruining and then moving on to the next land.
until there's nothing
Sorry,
left.
I don't want to cut you off. Yes, please.
Oh, of course. I like the discourse. It's amazing. I can keep reading. Those in the Arab Gulf and Turkey who support al-Shara's criminal regime and are trying to give his Salafi jihadist campaign a cover naively believe that, I think there's a comma missing, naively believe that al-Shara aligns with their Sunni ideology and that he will enable them to make this ideology dominant in the region again and thus empower them politically. They are mistaken. They will be.
1 second.
Okay.
Because I want to share, for example, what it looks like, what's happening in Syrian media. So Syrian social media is saturated with calls like this, especially Facebook. The idea is to shield Ahmed al-Shari al-Julani and his ministers from accountability. That way, when the Druze ethnic cleansing begins, Israel's threat to flatten the new Shah palace weakens. Exclusive for Mujahideen in military, take off the suit and put on Jalabiyah and step out from the obedience to the ruler and obedience to the tribal sheikh. Long live the tribes from north to south. More critically, it sets the stage for a familiar diplomatic performance. Al-Shara approaching the UN and EU, and with this is what happens when my authority is undermined. I can't control the chaos, support me, or brace the consequences. Just a sidetrack of prettiness, beauty.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. They are mistaken. They will be the first targets of al-Shara and his bloodthirsty jihadists as soon as they get strong enough to go beyond Syria. But thank God Israel exists in the region and won't let this happen.
I don't know. If they go towards Turkey, maybe it's okay. Anyway, yeah, basically. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the maps. And there is another thing actually. I remember wanting to be read. But I also want to show you the video. Okay, actually you're free to go if you want.
Well, I'll definitely keep watching and I'll be in the comments. But thanks a lot, Rebecca. I appreciate it. I'm a huge
Thank you.
I'm a huge fan, obviously. Obviously, if you don't notice, I'm a big fan. I really like what you do.
Same. Thank you so much. Okay, let me
All right. Thank you.
now show you. I want to show the video Mansour created, and I want to show some things in Hebrew and just translate them. So where is Mansour, my love? I hope he also uploaded it to YouTube because it's gonna be hard to All right, everybody, a round of applause to Halbin Jazilo for being a very good reader and also being fun. Yeah, it's a great voice, right? Like a very good voice, impressive voice. Like, yeah, you did perfect. Thank you, thank you. Round of applause. Like this video. So, okay. So here are the shorts. I hope it's not just on Instagram. How do I know what? Okay. When is it from? Is it today's? Is this? No, it's 2 days ago. No, come on. Why do you do it, Mansoor? Okay, fine. I'll find you on Instagram. Because because what he said is like crazy. Okay. Hello, everybody. Rebecca, is there a chance of these nutcases poisoning the water supply? I'm not sure actually if they can do that. I'm not sure it's technically how easy that it would be. So I don't know, but all right. Okay, this one. Oh, amazing. I can show it to you. Okay.
In that village,
How do I
they were sending me messages that the army is just outside their door, and then I lost contact with them.
Now, why it start from the beginning? Why doesn't it start? Beginning.
They didn't respond to my message, and I was getting very, very worried. I just received a message from my relatives. They survived. The jihadists broke into their village, seized their homes, wind up all the men, women, and children in the streets, and got ready to kill them, to execute them. And just in that moment, the Israeli fighter jets came over the sky. The jihadists got scared, they got scattered, and in that moment, the Druze brave warriors broke into that village and rescued them, killed the jihadists, pushed them back. My family was able to run, gather the stuff, get out of the village under the fire of tanks and drones and artillery. They were being shelled as they were running away. They managed to survive. They live. Just want to give you that update, guys. They went back to their village and they found that they burned everything, looted everything. The situation in Syria is terrible, is dire. Villages are being massacred. Women are being raped. Men are being beheaded. Sheikhs are having their beard shaved before they execute them, and they're filming everything, just like they did in October 7. Do not forget the Druze in Syria. Stand with us.
Yes, beautifully said. Okay, so I hope I really hope they have. Yay, there are subtitles. Okay. So this is a brief. So I would like to brief you on what we have done in Syria. This is a message from Netanyahu. And what we're gonna do in Syria. In Syria, it's so funny. It's so hard to. All right, I don't know how many of you are just listening to it. So I'm gonna read. I'm gonna stop to read the subtitles. So I would like to brief you on what we have done in Syria.
ומה נעשה בסוריה?
and what we're going to do in
אנחנו
Syria.
קבענו מדיניות ברורה.
We have
פירוז
set
המח-
forth a clear policy: demilitarization of the region to the south of Damascus,
דרומית לדמשק, מהגולן
from the Golan
ועד
Heights,
אזור הר הדרוזים. זה קו אחד.
and to the what? That wasn't that clear. The military of the region to the south of Damascus. That's okay, fine. Basically, the south of Damascus.
מהגולן ועד אזור הר הדרוזים. זה קו אחד. הקו השני, שמירה על
Rule
האחים
number
של האחים
2:
שלנו,
protecting the
הדרוזים בהר
brothers of our
שני
brothers.
הדברים האלה הופרו על ידי המשטר בדמשק. הוא שלח צבא.
Oh, I was the one to. So Har HaDruzim. So here's what it said: the Druze mountain, it's Jabhat al-Nus, El Druz. That's Suweida, by the way. So this is Suweida. So when he says like Har HaDruzim, like the Druze mountain, it means Suweida.
הדרוזים. שני
Yeah, the subtitles are good. It's just me that is broken. So there are two rules. Don't. There is a demilitarization zone. It's hard to say, but like it's the whole area that is south of Damascus, basically. And the rule number 2: don't touch the brothers of our brothers, who are the Druze.
שמירה על האחים של האחים שלנו, הדרוזים בהר הדרוזים. שני הדברים האלה הופרו על ידי המשטר בדמשק.
The same thing. We can read it. It's not that fast. Yeah, I know, but I'm thinking that maybe there are people who are not watching. They're just listening, so I'm reading it as well. I'm sorry. I know it's kind of annoying, especially when it's too fast for me to read. The regime sent troops south. Oh, maybe I'll just summarize it. Anyway, they sent their goons to slaughter the Druze. It's not how it says it, but I like that version.
הוא שלח צבא דרומית לדמשק, לתוך האזור שצריך להיות מפורז, והוא התחיל לטבוח בדרוזים.
Killed all the Druze. We couldn't accept it in any way.
יצא לפעול ולפעול בעוצמה.
This is why I directed.
גם את כנופיות הרצח וגם את הרקד, והוספתי יד גם לתקוף בדמשק את משרד הביטחון.
So this is fun. Not only like, so when the slaughtering happened, unfortunately, when it's already started and been happening like full scale, October 7th style, Israel had decided to take action, and not just so the Air Force attacked both the gangs of murderers and the armored vehicles, and he added on top of that another beautiful target, amazing target. Damascus, the Ministry of Defense. And thanks to that, Julani had to go cry, and he thought, because at first they tried to just pressure Israel to stop attacking, and Israel, we're not going to stop attacking because we are not into massacres. So, and America was like, they got the phone call from Julani, and they love Julani in their case, like, they snort cocaine with him all the time and stuff. And they said, like, don't do it, stop Israel. And Israel was like, nope, we're not stopping. Thank you for the translation. Thank you for the support, Muhammad Takuklu. Thank you for support. So the ceasefire came to fruition when Julani withdrew his forces.
והכוחות הסורים נסוגו חזרה לדמשק. זה חשוב, והפסקת אש שהושגה מתוך עוצמה.
It's peace through strength. Ceasefire through strength.
מתוך עוצמה.
Not because the backdoor asked.
שלום מתוך עוצמה. שקט מתוך עוצמה. ביטחון מתוך עוצמה. בשבע חזיתות.
On 7 fronts.
זו גם תהיה המשך המדיניות שלנו. לא נאפשר לכוחות צבא לרדת דרומית לדמשק. לא נאפשר.
Yep, no military presence south of Damascus, which Israel had stated clearly several times. And Julani, here's the thing, they had like their own intelligence assessment. They're like, okay, so since we're meeting up and we have we are friends with the Americans now, the Israelis would not dare to attack us if you go down to South Damascus. Oh, the fuckers were wrong. They were wrong. And yes, they ran away like bitches, like little bitches, crying and weeping. Plenty of videos of that. Amazing. Beautiful, beautiful.
אפשר לפגוע בדרוזים בג'בל דרוז. אני רוצה לשתף אתכם בדבר שלא נאפשר לפגוע.
We will not allow any harm to the Druze in Sweden or anywhere.
בדרוזים.
No, anywhere. It's not anywhere. South of Damascus, because there are also Druze in the north and they had to flee, or they are not Druze anymore.
אני רוצה לשתף אתכם בדבר שריגש אותי מאוד ביומיים האחרונים.
Here, I want to share with you something that really
אני רוצה לשתף אתכם בדבר שריגש אותי מאוד
that touched me deeply in the past 2 days. I received a message from Sheikh Mawfaq Tarif, the leader of the Druze community in Israel, and told me the following. So this is what I told you guys before. Here's what he told Netanyahu. During the Holocaust, when you were being slaughtered, you, the Jews, cried for help. And no one came. Today, we, the Druze, are being slaughtered. And we are calling for help from the state of Israel. And I told him he's right. And we have taken action, and we will continue to take action as necessary. Yes.
מבצע מרכבות גדעון, כפי שהוגדרו ואושרו לנו על ידי הדרג המדיני. כוחות פיקוד הדרום.
This is from today, an update about everything that the IDF was working on. But here, let me go back to the map. So, for a little bit. What are you guys? Habibi, how are you guys doing? For some reason, like, I tried looking for the statement from Wajava, but I just can't find it. Just my luck. Maybe try to look. Yeah. By the way, there are rumors, at least, or yesterday, there are American citizens that were kidnapped, Druze American citizens that were kidnapped by the Jolani goons. And I don't know, did you hear about in the media? I don't know. I'm not sure where it's at, but yeah, I got their photos and everything. So that's at least something that's also been kind of wish that was in English, because I don't know if I have the fortitude to translate it. But it's basically a letter from the Druze community to the government of Israel, to Netanyahu, to Israel Katz, Minister of Defense, the Mitzala Smotrich, and a list, and just saying the topic is like saying thank you and appreciate for the help and for standing next to the Druze community in Israel and the Middle East. In the name of the Druze community in Israel and the whole world, we ask to express our deep appreciation for your courageous action, for your courageous actions, and for helping our Druze brothers that are across the border, that were slaughtered by terrorists, cruel, evil, bloodthirsty terrorists. We thank you for taking action to save people because they're people. Thank you for strong on the staying strong and sticking to the values of Israel, saving lives no matter without differentiation of religion, race, or gender. In your actions, you had made an historic action with like that isn't paralleled. You saved humans from massacres and horrific acts that were not cannot be described, basically. And you showed again that Israel is in the front lines of human morality. First and foremost, Mr. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, we thank you for your brave decisions and brave and historical decisions. Your leadership is decisive and moral, and it saved a lot of human lives, and humanity as a whole is saying thank you. We want to say also thank you to our Minister of Defense, Mr. Israel Katz, for all the actions and all the things that we do, and also thank you for Bezalel Smotrich and Ben Gvir, and also to the head of the police for understanding and feeling responsibility and empathy towards those who protested, the Druze people who protested in Israel. Thank you for being so compassionate and basically compassionate and understanding and accommodating, and letting people express their pain and worry in a way that was both secure and dignified. And especially thank you for Amichai Shikli for his decisive actions and for bringing the topic to the public attention and all the atrocities that are happening in Syria, and especially through social media. And on top of that, thank you for IDF, the police, and the rest of the security forces, and especially the chief of staff, and the main guy that is responsible for the north, and all the commanders and the fighters. With that, we are just astonished and shocked seeing the silence, the deafening silence of so-called human rights organizations throughout the world and Israel. All those leftist woke that are so used to condemning Israel for every step it takes, for some reason are now silent and are not willing to admit that it is actually Israel that is the light in the Middle East, in the darkness of the Middle East. The country of Israel is doing so much for minorities that are being persecuted, and it is the only democracy in the Middle East. Migdalol, English hard. A light on a way of justice, because I forgot the actual word, but it's the building to help the sea guide people. There is a lighthouse, lighthouse of justice, freedom, and humanity in our area. We are calling for the free world to wake up, to open its eyes and understand that truth. For this, we have a covenant of blood and life, the Druze people and the people of Israel. It is forever and ever. And then they brought up a quote from the Bible. And this is what Moses said to Jethro. So Jethro is the main prophet that the Druze are following. So they see themselves as people who continue the traditions of Jethro. And Jethro never became Jewish. His people always are mentioned several times in the Bible as cooperating with the Jewish people, the Israelites, without ever really being part of the religion. But and here's what Moses said to Ito: if you go with us, everything that God would give us, all the light and good that God would give us, come with us, and it would bring you good as well. So this is the quote from the Bible. So, okay. Yeah, Lana. And oh, this is actually a really nice comment by Nadine. I smell Obama at the White House. Time to open up your eyes. 2 options. They want this admin to fail. They are working as Abraham Accords. What is this? What is this talking about? You don't have... Oh, what is it? Grateful to speak with Syrian Druze leader Laith al-Balous, who is on the ground in Syria. I thank him for his courage. Syria has seen enough death. All fighting must stop immediately. I appreciated President Trump and USA Ambassador Tom Barak efforts to restore security and stability. We agreed on the urgent need to end on violence, prevent external interference, including by Israel, and restore stability for the communities. Oh, okay. Nadine is also Druze. She's from Lebanon. I see what she's saying. It's like, what the heck? What are you thinking? So this person is not loved. It's like them sitting with normal Finkelstein because he's a Jew. And as a Jew, he can represent the Jewish sentiment of the world. That's how it looks like. Sadly, I was dismayed that sectarian massacres and cleansing of Druze and Druze massacres and cleansing of Bedouins, which didn't happen, that didn't happen, have escalated today with the withdrawal of government security forces. This is all complicated situation in diplomacy, and de-escalation are necessary. That's a lie. And here's like exactly, Laith is a traitor who the Syrian Druze want to hang. They've been very vocal about it. Funny you find him representative. Yeah. The Gula is my friend, by the way. They're not happy. Like, this is the Druze that the Americans decide to associate with. So yeah, I understand. Something is cooking. You don't have the right people handling the Middle East issues. And I hope I'm wrong, but the results prove me right. This is where I'm at. This is where we're at, and I think this is where we're gonna leave this live stream, because I think we went through a whole full circle from understanding that there is something very wrong with the American intelligence understanding, or whatever they are doing when it comes to the Middle East and their reality in the ground. And I think the way that Nadine here expressed it is absolutely perfect. And you guys, please share the truth and reality with people, because my friend was crying, and I believe that this gaslighting has to stop. I don't like my friend crying. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Good night.